Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Data Cloud Now. I'm currently in Davos in Snowflake Ski Chalet, where I'm delighted to be joined by Jennifer Belissent, Principal Data Strategist at Snowflake. Jennifer, it's such a pleasure to be back with you here at Davos.
Pleasure to be with you here today, Ryan.
Jennifer, it's been a busy week for you here in Davos. You've hosted a number of panels. What's top of mind, and what are your key takeaways this week?
So it's been interesting to hear what people are talking about. Last year there was a lot of excitement, a lot of worry, a lot of almost fear factor around AI. And this year I find that it's gotten a little more down to earth, and there's a lot of talk about how do we actually do AI. I'm actually on a panel later this week on how to train AI models. And I think what's important now is for companies to really understand how to put these in place, how to pick what they really need to do. They've spent lots of time experimenting, cast a wide net to get ideas. And now it's really more rubber hits the road. How do they prioritize? How do they figure out what aligns best with their strategic objectives? How do they figure out the cost and complexity of doing it, and then choose and go forward? And the other theme that I'm hearing is how fast technology is moving, and we're still seeing that innovation is happening at a really rapid pace. So it's important to figure out how to do it and do it at scale so that as it's moving forward quickly, you can get it done right.
I'm so glad you keyed in on theme, because the theme for the World Economic Forum this year is collaboration for the intelligent age. How does this apply to data?
It's actually really exciting for Snowflake that the theme is collaboration, because that's a big part of Snowflake's DNA. Back in 2018, we launched data sharing and collaborating with data and getting companies able to break down their silos and collaborate across business units, across functional areas, but also extend beyond that to their business ecosystems, sharing data with others, getting as much data as they can. And when you bring that into the intelligent age, we're talking about how do you train AI models? How do you prevent hallucination and bias? And you do that by diversifying your data. You do that by getting as much data as you can and being able to collaborate with data, getting data from partners, getting data from third parties, even internally breaking down those silos, as I mentioned. So collaboration and data collaboration is a really big part of how you do AI effectively.
Great perspectives and insights. Jennifer, we're currently in the era of enterprise AI. What are you most excited about for this year, and where do you see AI making the most impact in the year ahead?
I'm really excited about enterprise AI in general, and primarily because we've been so focused on large language models, but within enterprise AI, we're talking about purpose-built AI models, things that are relevant to solving a specific business problem in a specific context. And it means that those models they're smaller, and they're more efficient. And we've heard recently that there people have talked about we're running out of data to train AI models. But in fact, we know that in the enterprise, there's a lot of untapped data. And so when you think about a purpose-built AI model, you identify the data that's relevant to that model, and you access that data to train that specific model. So it's about having those smaller, more purpose-built models. It's about being able to run them in a way that's more efficient from a compute perspective and less energy consuming from an energy perspective. So there are a lot of reasons why we're very excited about enterprise AI.
It's an exciting next chapter indeed. Jennifer, as teams grapple with harnessing AI's true potential, what advice would you like to give them in regards to building a proper data strategy?
It's a good question. I think that we often get tied up in the innovation and the technology, but I think that when we talk about data strategy, we need to think more comprehensively. We need to take a look at the bigger picture. It's about thinking about your organization. It's about thinking about the culture. So I always tell people to start with evangelizing and educating people. A lot of people don't understand AI. There's a big fear factor out there. And so it's teaching people what AI is, what it can deliver to the organization, and what their roles are with regard to it. Some people are involved in capturing data in different ways, or involved in using the data or using the tools. So it's about teaching people about what AI is and what to expect with regard to their roles. But then, of course, there's experimentation. Cast that wide net that I mentioned. Get a lot of ideas. But then as you move into operationalizing your AI, that's when you need to make some of the hard choices. You need to prioritize. You need to put the governance in place. And so I like to tell people to think broadly about that and walk through those steps of what it takes to get to effective AI.
It's great to hear, Jennifer. Always a pleasure sitting down with you on Data Cloud Now. As you look out on the coming year, what's top of mind for you?
To me, this year, 2025, is the year of show me the money. It's really about ensuring that AI is delivering value back to your organization. And so that's a big part of what I'm working on going forward, is talking to our customers and helping to share their challenges, but also their best practices in measuring the value that AI delivers to their organization.
Great to hear, always putting the customer first. Jennifer, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks.
And for the audience watching, I'm Ryan Green with Data Cloud Now. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you soon.